Aloha and welcome to Natural High Television, a sustainable and active lifestyle show filmed here on our beautiful big island of Hawaii. On today's show, we'll visit skate night in Kona, enjoy yoga oceanside. But first, let's visit an organic lettuce farm in Keala'ola.
So my name's Barry Levine, and this is Keala'ola Farm. We're pretty much a lettuce and coffee farm. Lettuce is our bread and butter, and we have a couple acres of coffee that we manage as well. Keala'ola means the path of life, or the way of the spirit, depending on how you translate it. We live on Keala'ola Street, and this is the Keala'ola Farm in the village of Keala'ola. And this is Manu, my son.
It's all about the kids, right?
It's all about the kids. These are most of our larger leaf varieties here. This is our green leaf lettuce. Here's a young butterhead. Here's a more mature butterhead lettuce. Over there is a younger red leaf. Here's a younger romaine. And over there is an over-mature red leaf that's about to get taken out and composted. Most of these will go up to our local grocery stores and local restaurants, and a little bit of the butterhead will go up to a distributor and then out to some of the resort hotels. So here you can see some areas that have just gotten harvested. Yesterday was our harvest day. Mondays and Thursdays we harvest whatever is ready. So we go through the fields and see what's at its peak of maturity, and then it gets harvested and processed, cleaned and packed, and sent out to local restaurants, grocery stores, and distributors all within a few hours of coming out of the ground. And then what will happen is today the crew will come through and take some of the full beds that have been harvested, clean them up, put new amendments in them, till it up, and get ready to replant it. And so it'll pretty much be replanted within 24 hours of it being harvested. And what this allows is just the land is pretty much like intensively being used, but it's also intensively being cared for. We're always adding more back to the soil than we take out of it. So over the years that I've been managing the farm here, our soil quality is actually improving and improving on a year-by-year basis. So even though it's getting used all the time, it's getting a lot of care being taken care of it, and a lot of love and amendments being put right back into it. So it's getting better and better and better.
You maintain your own bee boxes?
Yep. The bees help out with coffee pollination, give us a little bit of honey on the side, and they're just great to have around. That's a great source of interest in education. We get groups of kids and teachers from local schools coming by for tours all the time. It's just really fascinating to work with them, and just gives you sort of a whole different way of looking at life, looking at things through the eyes of bees. Especially with the fall of pollinators all throughout the country, it's nice to encourage pollination to happen, and it's nice to have a little honey once in a while. So this is where it all begins. Every week, this is where all the seeds, all the lettuce starts. We seed 12,000 seeds of lettuce every single week, 52 weeks a year. We pretty much seed the exact same thing every week, all through the year. So we start off with these trays. Right now they're filling up the trays with the potting soil. Once the potting soil is nice and seeded in the tray, we'll go through and seed all the 12,000 seeds. We start here in the shade because lettuce doesn't like to germinate in hot temperatures, and so we keep it in the shade here. So try to keep the temperature a little bit cooler to increase our germination rates. It stays in here a couple of days until it germinates, and then it moves out into the full sunshine, so it can grow the rest of its life in as much sunshine as possible. So after the lettuce seed germinates under the shade, it gets moved out here into full sun. So this was moved out here just about 5 days ago. It's about a week old right now. This is our 1 week old lettuce here. Over here is 2 week old lettuce. On that table is 3 week old lettuce. And then at the end of the table over here is 4-week-old lettuce just about to be planted into the field in about an hour. So it stays in the trays here for about 4 weeks and then goes out into the soil for about 4 weeks before harvest. We keep nets over the young lettuce, the young little seedlings, to keep the birds off. Birds will pretty much eat these things like sprouts as a yummy midday snack, and they can pretty much decimate a few hundred plants pretty quickly. This is our processing and packing area. All of the lettuce gets harvested out in the field. It gets packed into the lettuce baskets out in the field and gets put onto the trailer of the quad here. Brought in here early in the early morning hours before the sun really gets on it, so it's still nice and cool. It doesn't have any field heat, so it has maximum shelf life. It gets brought in here and washed and trimmed. All the leaves that aren't pretty much perfect get all trimmed off, and then it gets washed again